Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil, and today I'm taking a look at a deck that I think may be the best option for grinding the Battle Pass. I know for this Battle Pass that we have at the moment, life's been busier for me, so I'm not making the progress I did in Paldea Evolved that I did under Scarlet and Violet. So I'm looking to grind a little bit. By that, I want to sit down maybe for like an hour or so, play as many games as I can, earn as many points with the Battle Pass as possible. So things I'm looking for in a deck: one, a decent win rate. It doesn't have to be the best deck and with the highest win rate, but a solid win rate, which I think, and the deck I'm proposing is Miraidon Regieleki, and a decent win rate and relatively quick games. This is actually, I think, more important than the win rate even, right? You want, my turns should be quick turns, so limited decision making, fairly straightforward deck, just makes for quicker turns, right? I can just move through it. And it also, if I'm grinding the latter times, I don't want to be mentally wearing myself out. I might be a little tired, so having a deck that's a little simpler to play, I think, works from that standpoint too. And then quick games also overall. And I think a deck built around multi-prize Pokemon is faster, right? A deck built around single-prize Pokemon, if you lose, and you're going to lose some games, you're not going to be much over 500 with any deck you play for the most part. A single prize, your opponent has to knock out, takes 5 knockouts to win the game generally. So multi-prize, if games you lose, they only take 3 knockouts. Quicker games that way too. And the ability to one-shot your opponent's Pokemon, which Miraidon definitely can. Then lastly, a deck you enjoy, and I do enjoy Miraidon Regieleki. Not necessarily the best deck, but if a solid deck, and I think it meets those requirements of fast turns, and I enjoy it. If you have some other deck that you think is a better option, or at least equally as good option, please let me know in the comments below. Other options are always appreciated. So I've talked about these cards before, so I'm going to be quick about it. Talk about the build a little bit longer with the trainers. That's where things get a little more interesting. Miraidon EX 220 HP, does 220 with Photon Blaster for 3 energy. Can't attack again the next turn, but you're one-shotting a V or a basic EX. We have the Regieleki VMAX. We get 2 of those in play. We're doing 280, so now we're one-shotting a lot of V-stars. A nice number to hit. You can even get to 310 if you have 3 in play. That's less common, but 280 is certainly not out of reach. In tandem unit ability, you search your deck for up to 2 basic lightning Pokemon, put them on their bench, so really sets up nicely. Then Regieleki VMAX 310 free retreat, 310 HP free retreat, so a pivot, that's nice too, especially because we got to be moving cards back and forth from the bench with the Miraidon EX's attach and with Electric Generator. Its transistor ability is a big part of why it's here. Your lightning Pokemon, your basic lightning Pokemon, do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, so that boosts the Miraidon EX, as well as the basic, as well as the Regieleki V, which I'll talk about briefly. And then its attack is also useful at times. It does 220 for Max Thunder and Lightning for 3 energy, and can't attack again. So similar to Miraidon EX, obviously its tanker is a 3-prizer, so perhaps you want to utilize this one, but the damage is not buffed by the Regieleki VMAX's transistor ability because it is not a basic V. And then the Regieleki V is a useful attacker, 200 HP. It generally would use the lightning wall attack. 100 damage is boosted by the Regieleki V, so you can knock out a lot of your opponent's single-prize Pokemon. And then lightning wall, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks the next turn, so that's quite useful. So then your opponent has to do 300 damage to one-shot a Regieleki V next turn. 1 Radiant Greninja for concealed cards, just to discard energy and draw some cards. It's the only engine this deck plays, so like that there. A high energy count, 17 energy. This is the highest count of energy, I think, in any of my Miraidon decks I've played, so just getting some consistency with Electric Generator. Might be inconsistent because you're not hitting trainers much, but look at this trainer list. Such a short list of trainers. This is what makes the deck super easy to play, super consistent in the sense that you have a small set of cards, but you'll hit them fairly regularly. So for Switch Cart, the VMAX is the only evolution card. Its retreat cost is free, so it switches any of your basic Pokemon which need it, and heals 30 off of it. For Electric Generator, just a great card. Look at the top 5 cards attached to lightning energies to your bench lightning Pokemon anywhere you want, so super there. For Iono, I really like this for a setup card, especially early in the game. A lot of times I prefer shuffling in and drawing 6 than discarding my hand and drawing 7, and it is does cause trouble to your opponent if you fall behind as the game goes on. 1 Super Rod, a lot of times just to recover energy to make the electric generators more powerful. 4 Ultra Ball, search for those evolutions and whatever Pokemon you need. 2 for a Seal Stone, a really good card to get in play, and then use it when you need it. 2 and 4 Nest Ball to get those base, get things set up early. 4 Boss, just control your opponent, and 4 Beach Court. The way the deck is thin is supporters that draw cards. That's maybe where the deck could be beefed up. But I like having just a limited set of cards. It makes the deck pretty simple to play. So we'll see what happens. Opponent is calling the toss. If I win the toss, I will go first. You can do 220 damage on your first turn going second, but hitting the pieces, you're probably not going to hit them most of the time, and your opponent wants to go first probably, so keeping them from getting that advantage is a +2. So I like to go first when I can with the deck, but I don't feel bad when I go second. So I will take a mulligan, at least 1 mulligan. We'll see what happens. Not a bad hand otherwise, right? But didn't have a basic Pokemon to get going. So let's see what we have. All right, it's okay. So Ultra Ball, which means I can get... I'll have to choose what I'm going to discard here. That's the trick here. So I'm going to get rid of 1 boss. I'll get rid of a Switch Cart because I want to be able to attach energy. I want to discard, play an energy away with Radiant Greninja's ability and attach. That's what I want to do. So get them right. I want to fill up the bench with those lightning Pokemon before I use Radiant Greninja's ability. Only 1 VMAX in deck. Wow. So 2 VMAXs are prized. So that's not great. The Vs are still decent attacking options. I think... all right, I'm going to... All right, normally this is the lineup of cards I normally like in games. 2 EXs, 3 Vs, and a Radiant Greninja. I could have gone with a 3rd EX this time. All right, that's good. So what do I want to be able to attack with next turn, right? That's the question now. I'm going to power up the Miraidon for big damage. That's my play here. I could have powered up a Regieleki V. I'll end turn. I could play the Beach Court down. That might help my opponent, so no need to help them out. They could obviously Iono me or judge me, and I might regret that. So, well, all right, so Feather Ball. So a Mew deck that plays Radiant Greninja. All right, well, this is interesting. Not a card I would put in Radiant Greninja. All right, playing Arven, so okay, not the support. A nice fancy alternate art there. Search your deck for the item and a tool card. Always looking at it because I don't play it very often. I just want to make sure I'm getting remembering the right card. So maybe getting a Forest Seal Stone, which will let them look for any 1 card in deck. Yep, okay, and makes sense there. And a Nest Ball will probably get a Radiant Greninja. Now the problem is by using Radiant, they're going to get a Genesect, sorry. I assume it's Mew Genesect, and they put in the Radiant Greninja as an option. I don't know. Old Cemetery, okay, don't usually play that in Mew, but you put 20 damage when you attach an energy to a non-psychic Pokemon, so I'll be getting damage from that. This could be something a little more interesting with some spread. There are some other Fusion Strike attackers that don't see a ton of play, so maybe they're playing some of those options too, in which case I'm not sure I remember what all those cards are, so that'll be interesting too. So we'll see. This is an interesting deck, we'll say, at this point. So don't know how strong a deck it is, but that, hopefully things go well. I do have a stadium to bump their stadium. They do have nice arts on their cards for the most part. All right, using at least some of them, right? They like the alternate arts or the hollows and such, or the reverse hollows. I get confused in the terminology. Okay, so Mellow Etta, so they could knock out So now they're starting. They have 5 cards in hand. They only have 3 Fusion Strike Pokemon, so that the Radiant Greninja does make Genesect less powerful. So they play Psychic Energy, which Mew used to play once upon a time. They stopped that, so it's interesting going back to that again. So no, I won't see what they draw unless they play it, and I won't know that that's the card they pulled because, right, they search for any card they want, so it doesn't get revealed. Right now, I like the hand I have. I have Knockout, right? Yeah, Radiant Greninja is lightning weak, so I knock him out. Actually, I'll gust up the Mew, right? I can knock out the Mew with my Miraidon EX. That's a much better play. See what happens. They grab something with Forest Stone. They haven't played a card since then. All right, do they have Elisa Sparkle? That would... Okay, they don't. Well, that's not great from them, is what I will say. So do I want to... All right, do I want to attach? I think I need some cards here. All right, well, that's not bad. Bump the Stadium. I want to attach. Do I want to attach to Miraidon? I think I'm going to attach to Regieleki with the walling ability. I'm going to attach to the Miraidon. I think I want to do big damage with this game. I'm not certain about that, though, I got to say. I don't know if my opponent will concede after this or not, so I'm taking out their Mew V, so they can't attack with Mew VMAX next turn. It had their 1 Fusion Strike Energy that they had only had 1 in play. I took that out of play also. Those are really 2 very good cards. My VMAX, which gives me a pivot card and buffs my damage. Electric Generator, that's good. I'll have to think how I want to play this. If that Pokemon, if they leave the Meloetta in the active, I think I want to hit into them with the Regieleki V if I can. See what happens. Attached by hand. Elisa Sparkle, so they can... So they're doing 210 damage. Now they come up 10 short, so that's unfortunate for them. I should have hopefully I get the follow-up knockout. Right now I do have the follow-up knockout. Right, they're not going to knock me out. And if I can't do anything else, I with the Switch Cart. Okay, I get energy back in hand. I mean, they could disrupt my hand still with something, right? So energy retrieval. Toss, sorry. Yeah, so, okay, just double checking their prizes. I mean, their discard pile. So they're 210, so they come up 10 short, so that's unfortunate for them because I will knock out the Meloetta. They will lose 2 more energy. All right, so I want to attack with just the plain V. Well, that was not what I wanted. I will do this. I'd still like to attack with the V, which isn't going to happen. They concede, so I was going to knock out the Meloetta, so that was... slightly unusual deck, but got the win and a fairly quick win, so I like that, right? I didn't time how long that game took. I didn't pay that much attention, but a quick game, quick win, so that's what you want to see with a Grind the Ladder deck, right? It's a deck where I'm making some decisions, but I'm not like max brain power turn after turn, because that's generally not what I want to do if I'm just to grind the ladder mode. I'm looking to play some games, hopefully enjoy them to an extent, but also make a lot of progress. So I'm more, which I want to be able to do if I'm distracted or tired. That's part of a grind the ladder deck too. It's late in the day. I got a little time to play a game, but I'm a bit tired and not as focused as I might want to be. Give me a deck that works for that too. So Radiant Greninja, not the card I want to start, but it is what it is. Am I up against the same opponent? I don't remember. I don't remember their name. I didn't pay attention to it, but I'm wondering if it is. The name looks familiar is what I'll say. We will see. They go second, so... okay, hopefully good. I've had times with Nest Ball I haven't been able to pick Miraidon EX, which I don't like. Okay, have 2 VMAXs in deck. Okay. I have a Forest Seal Stone, which I'll want to play down this turn also, just to get things going. So get another guy there and there. Fill up my bench with 2 more Miraidons. I mean, with 2 more Regielekis. Sorry, don't grab the wrong cards. This is the optimal start for Pokemon for me. Generally, I will see if I can hit what I hit with discarding. Hopefully not energy. It's not terrible, not great either. I don't know why certain things light up and certain things don't. So the game's a bit buggy still with the display. So I want to get an Electric Generator. That's what I want here. Would have been nice to save for the following turn, get a research. I mean, an Iono. Don't play research. Only 1 to attach, but that's not terrible. Now because I have an energy in hand, so attached to Miraidon and end turn. Now, I don't have any switch cards right now. I play Beach Court. For Beach Court, the deck don't have that. Obviously, I may draw into that. I play for Switch Carts. I don't have one of those in hand either. Any of those cards get me the free retreat off the Radiant Greninja, essentially. Switch is not retreating, I know, but it's effectively the same. Okay, so, all right, so they're putting the, what is it, Charm of Bravery? Is that what it's called? What's the right name? Bravery Charm, okay. Bravery Charm, which gives them 50 more HP, so I can take them out because I have the VMAX. I have to get the Switch card down, though, right? So I have... All right, so I may get the Donk here. We'll see what happens. I need to get a switch. If I get a switching card, I have the Donk. So I will bench. I should thin things here, shouldn't I? I should thin things. That's what I should do. No, don't. I'll get rid of the boss and the rod. Maximizing the odds that I get. My goal is to get the Donk this turn, right? That's the goal. So I need to get. I need to get something to. Or if I could get a electric generator, a switch cart. That's what I needed. All right, I'll toss you down too. And I have game now. So, but making those plays to maximize the odds. That's really what the deck is about with decision making here. It's nothing over too high level, so it's not like I'm a super genius for doing it. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's fairly straightforward. So got the Donk there, so that's nice. So 2 fairly quick games. Got some points. I wonder what I got for actual. Got 95 points, so below 100. But 95 points towards the battle pass. I think it's this symbol here. So I like that. So a good way to make some progress here with the deck, right? So you want to, when you're going into a random draw like Radiant Greninja, or you're playing your Electric Generator and you don't know what you're going to get, you want to thin the deck out of the cards that you don't want to see as much as possible, right? That's the basic sequencing with this deck. Thin down, right? That's why I use the Miraidon EX. Fill up the bench before I do an Electric Generator, or usually before doing Radiant Greninja, right? Make the sequencing plays very important to any deck. Again, this deck's fairly straightforward. Those decisions aren't crazy difficult, but you certainly just pay attention to those things. You'll get a little better, and the win rate will go up for you. And let me know if you like this deck to grind the ladder, or if you think there's a better option. Good luck for making progress on the ladder, and take care.